The Great Lakes contain the largest surface supply of fresh water in the world. This incredible resource generates a strong sense of stewardship among the people who live and work here and the companies that rely on Great Lakes water. A project led by the Council of Great Lakes Industries with a generous grant from the Great Lakes Protection Fund is helping companies understand and assess their water stewardship and establish the Great Lakes region as a global leader in responsible water use.
I come from a big family. My grandparents had 15 kids, and of those 15 kids, I'd say at least 12 or 13 of them have completely supported their families due to the logging industry and mainly because of the paper mills in the area. Without that, I'm not sure what a lot of them would have done for a living.
Pam Lauser is from a small town called Gladstone, just outside of Escanaba in Michigan's Upper Peninsula. Around here, the wood and paper products industry drives the local economy. And it's been that way since the Escanaba Pulp and Paper Company first opened its doors in 1913. Today, the mill is one of the largest regional employers, with 1,000 out of the town's 12,000 residents employed at the mill.
You know, the community wants to see the paper industry survive and stay strong in the area, I guess you could say. Mainly because we employ so many people, and it's, you know, ultimately it's the paychecks and it's the money, and it helps the economy in the area, certainly.
Paper making isn't the only industry in town.
Well, in the UP, we're very dependent on tourism, whether it's fishing, snowmobiling, cross-country skiing. We want people to come up here because the tourists, they might fish, but they're staying in hotels, eating at restaurants, and coming to bait shops to help the local economy. We want to build on that.
Tourism and recreation depend on clean lakes and rivers, and also is big business in the UP. Many industries depend on the region's wealth of natural resources.
The pulp and paper sector is a very resource-intensive manufacturing process, whether it's with the trees we use for our fiber and pulp production and paper production, or the water that we use to support that, the energy needed to do that. The impact of this operation is very widespread. It's not localized to the setting of this mill.
Timber harvested from nearby forests is ground down to chips, and its fibers form the base of all paper products. And fresh water, lots of it, is a vital part of any paper-making operation.
When we put our fiber on the wet end of the paper machine, it's only about 0.5% solid, so most of it is water. That's why water is so very important to the type of industrial operation that we have here.
Large-scale water-intensive operations in the Great Lakes, like the New Page Escanaba paper mill, want to make sure they're using water responsibly. That's why New Page and 4 other companies decided to participate in the Council of Great Lakes Industries Water Stewardship Project.
This water stewardship project is a 3-phase project, and the objective of the project explicitly is to provide a tool or establish a tool that Great Lakes industry can use to assess and demonstrate its own good water stewardship.
The project team that developed CGLI's water stewardship tool includes a diverse group of technical experts in industrial water stewardship and a multi-stakeholder expert panel of water resource managers from industry, government, and environmental groups. The project was funded by the Great Lakes Protection Fund, which was endowed by the governors of the 8 Great Lakes states to fund innovative, collaborative projects that test ideas for improving the health of the Great Lakes.
Our project team has an enormous depth of experience on water stewardship issues, and particularly in an industrial context. Our multi-stakeholder expert panel provides a wide perspective and a broad perspective on the importance of this issue to the region and to the ecology of the region. It's not just a tool that's been developed by industry. It's had input from water resource managers and other experts on water management. So we hope it will have wide acceptability in the region for this task.
Understanding industrial water use is smart business for any corporation, but for water-intensive operations like the New Page Paper Company, it can conserve resources, which has a positive impact on the company's bottom line.
If you follow a drop of water from Little Bay to Knock, where we obtain most of our fresh water from, to the endpoint where we discharge it back into the Escanaba River, that water is pumped many, many times over. So it's recycled approximately 12 times before it gets discharged back to the river. It's very important for us to make sure that we're using our water in a very responsible manner. So the work that we're doing as a part of the Water Stewardship Project is one of the ways that we are looking at how can we use and manage that water more efficiently in a much better way.
CGLI's Water Stewardship Project is particularly important in the Great Lakes, where there is an abundance of fresh water. And developing water stewardship tools can position the region to be a global leader in responsible water use.
This effort that we're engaged in to help provide a mechanism for industry to demonstrate its own good water stewardship is just a small piece in the bigger picture of taking care of the Great Lakes. And we, as CGLI, have been engaged for more than 20 years in helping to develop policies and practices in the Great Lakes that support and protect and restore this water resource in a way that is balancing both the natural resources and the importance of the economy to the community of the Great Lakes.
I like to think of sustainability as more holistically than just environmental responsibilities. There's a lot of people in the community that rely either directly or indirectly on the jobs that this manufacturing facility creates. So we have a responsibility to conduct our operations in an environmentally responsible manner, but we're also responsible for keeping this facility in operation as long as possible and being good community members at the same time.